Hello, I'm Anne-Marie Howard, and welcome to the Dennis Kucinich for President Weekly Update for Monday, October 29th. This installment is our latest on a regular series of reports to keep you informed on Dennis's race to the presidency. Progressive Political Action Committee Democracy for America is holding an online vote to determine which of the Democratic presidential candidates they will put their support behind. The committee, chaired by Democratic fundraiser Jim Dean, calls this survey the Presidential Pulse Poll. To date, the front-runner amongst declared candidates is Congressman Dennis Kucinich. With Friday's 4% lead over Senator Obama and a hefty margin over the rest of the declared candidates, Kucinich would have the endorsement of DFA if the election were held today. Democracy for America, founded by Democratic Governor Howard Dean, has grown from a grassroots organization into a strong national influence on Democratic voters and candidates alike. Winning this endorsement would shift much-needed funding and publicity to the Kucinich for President campaign. This poll closes at midnight on November 5th, so get your vote in while there's still a chance. In a Democratic straw poll conducted this past weekend in Northern California, Dennis Kucinich came out a winner as well. Congressman Kucinich was ranked number 1 by San Francisco County participants, garnering 44% of the vote for that region. In overall polling, he took second place, besting Senators Clinton and Obama. Some of our local Kucinich for President volunteers here in Los Angeles have created a plan that they're calling $20 and 20 hours. These resourceful volunteers know that visual exposure and name recognition are keys to success in an election. Their plan is simple. They encourage supporters to contribute $20 to Dennis's presidential campaign for a Kucinich t-shirt and pledge to wear their new t-shirt in high-visibility public places like shopping malls and restaurants for at least 20 hours. Check on the Dennis for President website where you too can get a Kucinich t-shirt and start a billboarding campaign of your own. That's Dennis4President.com. This billboarding plan was launched in anticipation of Saturday's historic march to end the war and occupation of Iraq. United for Peace and Justice, a 5-year-old organization of over 1,400 local groups, coordinated with 150 other peace associations across the country for demonstrations in 11 American cities. Organizations such as Code Pink, the Answer Coalition, and Iraq Veterans Against the War were among the tens of thousands of demonstrators filling the streets of New York, Los Angeles, Boston, and several other major cities across the nation. This past Friday, Dennis personally went to the State House in Concord, New Hampshire to file the papers that would put him on the New Hampshire primary as a choice for presidential candidate for the Democratic Party.
My wife and I are delighted to be here in New Hampshire on this beautiful autumn day to file papers for the candidacy for President of the United States. Our campaign is about the needs of the people of New Hampshire and this nation. The needs for jobs, for health care for all, for education for all, for retirement security, for the security of a home. And at this point in American history, all of the practical aspirations which people have are being undermined by war, by military aggression, by a buildup for more wars.
Also on Friday, California's Disneyland was a little happier place as Congressman Kucinich spoke to 1,100 Democrats at the Truman Awards dinner held at the renowned Disneyland Hotel. Dennis promised to bring the Democratic Party back to the pre-Clinton values of government that responded to the people's needs. As President of the United States, Kucinich said he would bring back the party of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, creating public works programs to rebuild our highways, bridges, and schools. He promised a new Works Progress Administration and a Works Green Administration to create energy self-reliance that will make America stronger and more secure in today's world. With the Iowa caucuses only 2 months away, the 7 leading Democratic candidates will meet for the 8th time in a debate forum on Tuesday, October 30th. The debate, broadcast on cable channel MSNBC, will also be streamed live online at msnbc.com from 9 to 11 p.m. Former Alaska Senator Mike Gravel will not be in attendance at the debate, to be held at Drexel University in Philadelphia, as he has not met the polling and fundraising requirements. Here's a message from one of our Update volunteers, Dutch Merrick.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. We're asking for your input on how we produce this new show. By telling us what you liked a lot or just a little, you can help shape the format of this program and help us reach out and inform more people about Dennis's plan to be our next president. Whether it's affordable, accessible health care, an immediate withdrawal of our troops from Iraq, or even his stance on the environment and the prevention of global warming, we must work together as a people to elect a man of the people. When this update is over, log on to the website www.dennisforpresident.com or call the number on the screen to make as generous a contribution as you can. If you followed his actions on the floor of Congress, or you've taken one of the many "Who's the best candidate for me" polls, you've undoubtedly seen Dennis Kucinich for who he is. He's a man of peace, integrity, and the fortitude to go all the way to the presidency and stand up for the people of America. So if you're as fed up as I am with the corporate-controlled status quo in Washington, help us get out the vote and make Dennis the next president of the United States.
Join us next week as we start an installment series on who's who in the campaign. Our first profile will be on campaign manager, businessman, and Gulf War veteran Michael Klein. Thank you for watching this week's Dennis Kucinich Presidential Campaign Update. For up-to-the-minute campaign information, log on to www.dennisforpresident.com. That's Dennis, the number 4, president.com. We'll sign off today with video of Dennis's introduction of peace musician Michael Franti at last week's Monterey Music Summit.
Please join me in welcoming Congressman Dennis Kucinich, the next President of the United States.
Hello, Monterey! When the first time that I heard Michael Franti play, I was filled with such a great sense of joy in seeing the energy that came from his performance. This morning in Sierra Madre, I had a chance to quote from one of his songs where he sings, "You can bomb the world to pieces, but you can't bomb the world to peace." Now that's a message I'm taking all over America, and it's Michael Franti's message. I want all of you to join me in giving a great welcome to the irresistible, the wonderful, the energetic, and the joyful Michael Franti and Spearhead.
Those who stop